Hello mummies and daddies, I hope you're all doing well, and I've got lots to talk about today. So I'm going to probably start before I give you the up and coming key dates, is the importance, and I was on a session and I'll talk a little bit about that in a little while, the importance of being present. Something that was said to me today by a colleague, and that's so profound and it's so important. We have lots of activities happening across the school, lots of events on a daytime and an evening, for example, curriculum evenings. And as parents, as mummies and daddies, you have to be present. You have to be there for your sons and daughters in that understand, learn. It's not just enough to get them dressed and ready in the morning and drive them to school and drop them off and pick them up in the afternoon. Some of you pick them up late, but most of you are really good at it. That's not enough. You have to understand what they learn, how they learn, and how you can support, because you, and I'll use a word that I use many times, parents are our partners. So as our partners in your sons and daughters' learning, you cannot just outsource that. The reason why I mention this is because there's been a number of curriculum evenings across the Forest School, Value School, Active and Future schools more recently, and I'm not seeing as many of you coming to those as should be going to those. It's so important that you know it, your children understand that you're investing in them beyond just dropping them off and picking them up and a little bit more than that and coming to their parents' evenings. You have to do more, please. So my request is, doesn't matter how many of these dates I remind you of, if you're not going to be present, then you will not understand and pick these things up. And I think it's so important for all of our children from the age of 3 all the way to 18, because they go through different milestones at different ages. So please, if a mum cannot make it that day and a dad can make it, always make time and schedule this into your lives and put it into your calendars. Calendars are on the website. These things are shared well in advance, and always ensure that someone is there and you manage your time a little bit more when it comes to this. Okay, so what's happening in the coming few days? Well, first of all, on the 22nd of September, we have our Future School Happy Meet. This will take place online. The links will be shared with you. And again, in this time, you can come online and share your star and your wishes very specific to your future school. And during this, it might actually be that you don't ask, share a star and a wish, but whilst other colleagues in the community are asking and other parents, you learn things, and it's so important. It's probably a 60-minute investment of your time, but it will keep you well informed. 23rd of September, we have our Active School Happy Meet at 1 o'clock again. We will always have it at a similar time in the afternoon, just to ensure that you can adjust and make time for it. The 4th of September, we have our Value Schools Happy Meet again at 1 o'clock for around 60 minutes, and it will all be online. And then we have our Parent ECA webinar, which will take place from 6 to 6:30. Again, 30 minutes. It's important you come online to see what ECAs we have, what the arrangements are, and everything else about this. Very useful for one of the parents to come online, or a guardian, so you understand this. And finally, on the 25th of September, the Forest School Happy Meet takes place. This is a little bit earlier at 10 o'clock till 11 o'clock. Please do come with that, and always share. And I always say this, and I always joke about this, and I say, I have a medical condition, and so do my colleagues now, where we can't hear you until we hear that star. Once we have that positive feedback of what we're doing well, so we continue to do that and we share that, then we can hear the wish of what we can improve, or what we can clarify, or what we can add in place. So it's hard as human beings we always point to the gaps. Share the good energy, put that into the universe. We need it in our school to share specific stars in our school that we can tell our colleagues. That makes us feel better. I'm sure you feel the same way when someone compliments you, you like it. But if they point out to the one thing that perhaps they want to improve, it's not a good way to start. It's to share your star and then your wish. And finally, early release will be on the 25th of September, because this is a PD day in the afternoon for our teachers, as we learn as much as our young people. #community.